What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning John Fury. The Fury rises, people. John Fury states that Deontay Wilder cannot, I repeat, cannot knock out Tyson Fury. And he sums this up because of, he says he believes this because of this reason. He says that Deontay Wilder cannot knock out his son, Tyson Fury, because had he been able to knock him out, he would have done that when he caught him in the 12th round. Therefore, Tyson Fury can't be knocked out by Deontay, the Bronze Bomber, Wilder. Now, there is another key factor in this particular scenario, okay? David Haye, okay? David Haye and John Fury, they had a back and forth. You know, they had a go. A verbal, spar, anyway, about the possibilities or the capabilities of Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder knocking out Tyson Fury for good. Okay. And David Haye believes that Deontay Wilder can catch him with that perfect shot and put him out of there. And John Fury doesn't believe that, and David Haye was trying to convince John Fury, like, hey, you don't believe that Deontay Wilder has that capability, has the punching power to knock out Tyson Fury like that. You don't believe that. And and John Fury was adamant on, no, I don't. Because had he done it, why didn't he do it in the first fight? He was down twice. Why didn't he knock him down then? Why didn't he knock him out then? If he could do it, he would have done it in the first fight. Now, I understand the logic, and I see where John Fury is trying to go. Because John Fury was stating because he couldn't knock out Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury wasn't at 100%, that means if you can't knock a dude out which was a maybe 50 to 60% capable or ready to fight on that caliber level yet, if you weren't able to knock that guy out in that condition, you won't be able to knock him out February 22nd. That's exactly what John Fury is saying. If he would have done it, he would have done it. He hit him as hard as he hit him in that round, in those 2 rounds, rather. And that wasn't enough for Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury got back up. In fact, I believe he won the rest of the round. Now, I look at this and you have to put and compare factors. Deontay Wilder's last 2 fights were by 2 pretty stationary fighters. Dominic Breazeale, the more of a stationary fighter, and Luis Ortiz, that's aging. People pick and joke about his age all the time, but he possessed no head movement in that fight, none. He knew how to duck, he knew how to lean back, he knew how to roll, but eventually, because he had no head movement, the right hand caught him night. Now, he did get up or whatnot. People did argue that the count was fast, okay? I personally don't believe that, but a lot of people do, okay? And that's kind of strange, but I'm just not biased like that. And I'm an Ortiz fan. I believe in the Cuban school. I think the Cubans are very underrated when it comes to fighting. I think that they are some of the best fighters in the world, and a lot of Cuban fighters will never have the opportunity or get the opportunity to fight for in the professional rankings over here or in the rest of the world. Anyway, backstory. Ortiz, he got caught flush with a punch. He got up on 9. I think he was getting up right when the guy counted 10. Okay? And the fight before that, he went down 3 times. No. He went down 4 times, right? Because he went down in the 5th, and he went down 3 times in the 10th. Excuse me. And you look at that, and you could say, well, Luis Ortiz, he caught Luis Ortiz, he stunned Luis Ortiz, he hurt Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz got back up. 3 out of those 4. Now, mind you, John Fury might have a point, and I'm going to tell you why. Even though he hit Ortiz with a solid punch, that really did not knock him out cold. That wasn't a Spilka knockout, okay? None of those knockouts were of Ortiz. Even the first fight wasn't. That was pure exhaustion. Yeah, he was drooling because he was just dead tired. You know what I mean? On top of all the other stuff that was going on in that fight that nobody seems to mention, including the referee never called the certain things that Wilder was doing. However, money talks, you know. Money talks. So, we have him knocking out Ortiz, because Ortiz didn't beat the count. Him knocking out Dominic Breazeale. Now, Breazeale, even Breazeale, if you look at that fight, he was still getting up. Okay? And one thing about Tyson Fury I did leave out, he didn't say Deontay couldn't hurt Tyson Fury or drop Tyson Fury. He said he couldn't knock Tyson Fury out. And due to Deontay Wilder not being able to do that, it may want him to be more calm, take his time and land those punches. But he can't wait long. Because if Tyson Fury's putting him in the bag, and I think you're going to have more in an aggressive Tyson Fury. You know, I think that Deontay Wilder can punch. He has God-gifted punching power. He can catch his flush, but so can a lot of people. And I think the worst thing Deontay Wilder ever done in his career, besides, refusing to fight Joshua, is not nailing Tyson Fury to the canvas. Because what this means now is, if he doesn't knock out Tyson Fury like he's intended, like he's expected to do, he might not ever win a moral victory. It might be a draw, it might be a split decision win for himself, because he might have a couple knockdowns. But Deontay Wilder, I think he's coming more focused. That's if he knew what he did wrong the first time. So it's a lot to be said about this, but it made a lot of sense from John Fury. Well, if he hits that hard, why did Tyson Fury get up if he hit that hard? Because normally, if he's supposed to be this guy that just gives you that comatose punching power, which he has a much punching power to knock you out, but not to stay down. Well, he did that with Spilka, but who is Spilka? Spilka was knocked out in a couple fights. Maybe he started that trend from Spilka, maybe he didn't. But what I'm saying is Spilka's capable of being knocked out. Tyson Fury's an undefeated fighter. That's what John Fury was talking about and hinting at. Now, could the knockout, if Wilder knocks out Fury, could it be later? Don't know. But according to John Fury, it won't matter anyway if he knocks him down, because he's getting right back up. Because he has a job to do, just like he did in the first fight. So, it's strange, man. It's strange really on how do you take this? Because you could say Wilder's getting better with rematches. Ortiz, Stavern, now Fury. So is Fury, right? Cunningham, Chisora, Wilder, right? So I really feel that I think Deontay Wilder does have tremendous punching power, but that KO knockout punching power he has, but then he hasn't proved to have that when his opposition is raised. That's my only thing about Wilder. If he can knock Fury out, then he would legitimately beat a person that he intended to beat. A person that wasn't someone that was hand-picked out of a bucket or a hat. Hey, you got this guy. I have a check waiting on you after you look at this guy. Please and thank you. Right? So that's what we have. I think John Fury may be onto something, and it's an interesting theory because he did knock Tyson Fury out. So who really has the edge? Is it Deontay Wilder? Like, man, I know this guy can take my punch, but he'll get up from my punches. So did Luis Ortiz, though, right? Luis Ortiz got to perform a few knockdowns from Deontay Wilder. So only time will tell. You guys tell me what you think about John Fury's theory or his opinion. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.